Just my luck to be stuck behind a train. Let's see. Sometimes I can see, well, the front of the train's right there, but I don't know how long this is going to be. I gotta get going to Washington. Crap. Guess we're taking the long road. Frick, that sucks, man. It's okay, it's not that bad. I can go all the way around, get around the train. I'm just heading back to the yard to weigh out. Hello. I just put the CB radio in, so it's I need to adjust it because it's really staticky. But we are going just north of Tremont, Utah. We're going up the pass right here to go into Snowville. Rattlesnake Pass, I think that's what it's called. Oh, it's been a few months since I've come up this way. Not a few months, I guess 2 months, because I took a load to Washington back mid-December, so it's February 20th, no, 19th today, Monday the 19th. And anywho, got all my paperwork for the truck. I paid for the Oregon account, and we're hauling a load of salt up to Hermiston, Oregon. And then I got one of my dedicated loads coming home from Connell, Washington. Is that what it is? I can never remember. They got like tons of facilities, and they just whenever they decide, oh, pick up this load, and they give me the load and they tell me the states, and then I have to go in and be like, okay, I know it's coming out of Washington, but where in Washington, you know? So sometimes that's a little bit of a pain with this dedicated lane that we have, but it's all right. I filled up the truck at Maverick. Oh, there you go. I got it on camera. I was kind of in a hurry to go because I booked myself this load. Okay, good, it went off. I've got a problem with the coolant sensor. Every time I hit a bump or just randomly it'll go off. That time it went off pretty quick, but sometimes if it stays on for longer than like 4 seconds, I will get the red check engine light of death, the stop engine now or damage will occur light that flashes, and it's like truck will shut off in 10 seconds, and it never lasts that long. It'll go off. You know, the sensor will reconnect and be like, oh wait, there is coolant in the reservoir. So never mind, I'm not going to self-destruct while you're driving on the freeway. It's okay, you know. Anyways, but yeah, we're going up the hill right now. The truck's pulling all right. This visor's broken, so it kind of rattles. They can hear. I don't think I broke the clip when I took this off to put the CB in, but this is all rattling a little bit. It's not that bad. It's only really when your truck's lugging in low RPMs, but anyways, going up the hill. It snowed yesterday, so the roads are dry now, but it gives you that beautiful white mountains as we're going past it. So anyways, I'm excited. This is my first load in the first truck, sorry, slurring my words. First load in the new truck. So the first real load. I mean, we had that load bringing the truck home from Sacramento, picking up in Reno to Salt Lake, but it only weighed about 5,000 pounds, so that really wasn't a good test. I mean, it was good to drive it for 700 miles and see, you know, major things I would be able to see that were wrong with the truck if there was any major problems. But this is a real test because I'm at 77,000 pounds right now, and my load coming home is about the same. It's a full load, just shy of 80,000 pounds is what I'll be weighing about. Let's see, I gotta see how this transmission handles, if it downshifts or not. So I'm in 10th gear right now. We'll see if it downshifts. Going up the hill. Should probably put my hazards on. Bull haulers just flying past me going 80 miles an hour up a hill. Anyways, I'm excited. First load. First real load in the new truck. Got all my permits, got all my IFTAs. That's my Oregon permit, because Oregon is special and you have to have a special permit to drive commercial vehicles in Oregon. So we're ready to rock and roll. And I can have my Peterbilt hat again because I'm not driving the Kenworth day cab. So Peterbilt. Wow, it looks pretty beautiful now. I'm just passing Glenn's Ferry in Hammett, Idaho. Yeah, that's crazy because I got blue skies, and when I was going through Burley, it was an absolute blizzard whiteout. So I guess I just got out of the storm, but it was warm enough that if it did pass through here this morning, it didn't stick around because the roads are dry here. But it was raining pretty hard. I should have recorded, but I didn't. Yeah, 47 degrees. That's what my thermometer's saying right now. 47 degrees. Just 100 miles ago, it was 30. So crazy. Anyways, we're coming up almost to Boise, Idaho. We're still about 50 miles out, I think. And I am going to go to my favorite place to get chicken tenders. I'm going to go to the On the Run truck stop, which used to be a Mr. Gas. It's a brand new truck stop. They just built it about 2 years ago. And it's a Sinclair. They use roadies, so I take my showers there. It's a nice big truck stop. I don't get diesel there because it is expensive, very, very expensive. That's kind of cool looking. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. I haven't really eaten anything today. I'm not really the best at helping my metabolism because I won't eat like breakfast and lunch and then I'll just binge on dinner, and that's not really good for me. I had like a peanut butter bar this morning, and I've had an energy drink, which is not great for you. But anyways, we're coming up this hill right here. I don't remember what the name of this hill is. I know King Hill is where you go down into you start coming down from the hill into this Glenn's Ferry area. Oop, there's my coolant sensor going off again, which is kind of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal because I'm watching my temperature. The temperature's been going pretty good. I've been sitting about 190 degrees to 205 off and on based on what hills I'm going up. It's actually handling itself pretty good. The new truck is doing pretty good going up the hills. Yeah, I haven't had any problems. I'm fully loaded. I'm almost as loaded as you can get, 78,000 pounds, 77,500 or something like that. So I'm basically a full load, and both of my axle sets are almost maxed. But yeah, we're gonna go get some chicken and eat something because I haven't eaten anything all day, and it's not good for me to starve myself and binge. But we're gonna go get some chicken. Hopefully they have some. It's 3 o'clock now, so hopefully I'll be there right before they start the dinner rush, and the chicken will be nice and fresh. I'll be there about 4:30. Yeah, I'm excited. Finally here. You know, I may be wrong. The price of diesel right now is actually not that bad compared to Maverick. Let's see. Oh, I got my stupid dealership stickers. Yeah, looks like diesel there is $4.09 for credit, or no, cash. What's the difference? $4.09. Yeah, whatever. the cheaper price. That's actually exactly what I just paid for at, let's see. Hello, my guy. I don't want to go in the ditch. People just love to take the whole intersection. Just kidding. He really wasn't in the way. They just expect all the trucks with the trailers to come to the same entrance. Oh my gosh, I get it. Yes, you want attention. Yes, yes, you are very pretty. It'll go away in about 2 seconds, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, so that diesel's actually not that expensive. I was wrong. I thought this place was always super expensive. Where's Potato Chip going? Hello, mademoiselle. One of the biggest truck drive-ups I've ever been to, and still get stuck. I don't need diesel because I just filled up. Look both ways, and we're gonna pull forward just to be courteous. But I'm just gonna leave the truck here. I mean, I'll move if it gets really busy, but I'm gonna take my half-hour break right here because this place does not get busy. All right, I stopped my clock. We're taking a half-hour break in front of the fuel island. I'll throw this away. Let's go get some chicken. I need to get some of these lug nut covers, but they're way too expensive here. Maybe not. Not too bad. Get them for $9 for a whole pack. Fully priced. Nice. Wow, the sun is really bright. Before anybody gets on here and yells at me for taking my half-hour break in front of the fuel island, face out of the sun, there's nobody here. Like, side to side, there's one Chima freight dude, and he doing the same thing I'm doing. He's taking his break in the fuel island. I am a courteous driver. If they were busy, I would have gone and parked. They got a massive parking lot here. I'd come check this place out. If you're coming through Idaho, which, go to Idaho if you can. Boise is a phenomenal market. There are way more loads going out of Boise than there are trucks here. So it's a good place to be, actually, for the most part. So you can get pretty easy, good paying loads from Boise out to the Midwest. So a lot of times my trucks that I send to the Midwest during the summer, I'll send them a load up to Idaho, get a good load of produce or something coming out of Idaho, sugar. There's a lot of sugar coming out of Idaho, going over to the Midwest. So Idaho's a pretty good place to be. If you're in Boise area, stop at this place. Plenty of parking. They don't charge for parking. The diesel's actually not too bad a price, which sometimes it's more expensive than the Maverick. But yeah, come stop here, get some chicken. Free parking. Do your 30-hour break here. I've been in the fuel island for 30 minutes. I just got my notification my break's over. I'm gonna go thump my tires and start going. But don't give me crap for not being courteous, because I don't know. There's nobody here, so I can take my 30-minute break. If they were busy, I would go park. I'm not a jerk. But I've been here before. They're never busy. So let's get driving. See, nobody's even getting fuel here. I don't think they make their money off fuel or parking from the trucks. Just checking my tires. Got some water there from the snow, but everything looks good. Lights are working. It smells so good. I'm not going to record myself eating it because I make myself self-conscious when I hear myself chewing. This is awesome. It's like 12 bucks for this whole box. You get a biscuit, They have other sides you can get, like a cup of mac and cheese or mashed potatoes, or you can get the wedges. They didn't have the mac and cheese. That's what I usually get, but this is sweet and sour sauce. You get 6 nuggets, half a box of potato wedges biscuits, and it's like $12. It's pretty good. Don't eat it every day, but treat yourself once a week and get something like this. I am very impressed at how this truck is handling its hills. So we're going up the mountain pass in between Ontario, Oregon and Huntington, Oregon, the first port you hit when you're going through. Shoot, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, the truck's doing pretty good. I'm not getting hot at all. I mean, the gauge is running pretty good. I just went up a pretty steep hill, and I'm gonna go up the last hill right here. The truck's pulling phenomenal for a little 400 horsepower Paccar engine. It's pulling pretty good, and you know, temperature-wise, you know, unless these gauges are off, I'm not getting hot at all. So that's my oil temperature, which is typically 10 to 20 degrees hotter than my coolant temperature. So that's my coolant temperature right there. Yeah, it's only 190. I had my engine fan on for a second, but my engine fan really hasn't even been coming on that much. So it's running pretty good. I'm pretty surprised because in the Cummins engines, they tend to run hotter on the oil. So when I'm driving Esmeralda, which is the big X15 Cummins engine, typically if I'm going up a hill, my coolant temperature will be between, you know, see, I gotta start putting my engine brake on, but not all the way, because we're coming down this hill now. We're finally at the top of the pass. Now we're going down into Huntington. Or something else. Is it called something else? I can't remember what it's called. Also, I don't think this truck has a trailer brake, or like a hand brake for the trailer. Oh, there's my coolant gauge, which is wanting everyone to know that it exists. It's a needy little child. But, you know, there you go, it goes off again. Blinker on, we're gonna come up. So we're coming down the hill right now. But yeah, typically in the Cummins engines, they run hotter. So like when I'm going up cabbage, typically my coolant temperature will be rocking between 200 and 210, maybe 220 for a second. But after about 215, the gauge turns on, and then it turns on my engine fan, which will cool it down. But my oil temperature will be rocking about 230 to 240 in the Cummins engine. Now again, that could just be the gauge, so I don't know if that's just the Paccar thing. Let me give it a little bit more brake pedal just to help it catch up with itself. The engine brake holds pretty well on this truck. For an 80,000 pound load going down into Huntington, the engine brakes basically hold me. I've only tapped the pedal twice for a second, but I don't have a handle for a trailer pull, you know, trailer brake only. So a lot of older trucks, they have a handle here. You don't want to pull this while you're driving. But there's typically a handle. In Esmeralda, the other truck has one below here. Same year truck, it has a little, it's just an option. When you order these trucks from Peterbilt, there's so many things you can change. When you're speccing your truck, you can change every single button you want. You can have more gauges than these 6. You can have this whole thing be gauges. So, but I don't know if there is a trailer handle or a trailer brake knob specifically just for your running trailer brakes, because that's really good if I want to wear, you know, I don't tell the brokers that I use their trailers, but lots of times I try to save my brakes on my own trucks, and I'll use the brakes on the broker's trailer instead of using my own brakes. So it just kind of saves you a little bit of brake wear. But I don't see one on here, so I'll have to start looking around for it. But yeah, the truck's running pretty good. It handles hills pretty good. You know, I'm kind of starting to rethink my position on the Paccar engines. So, you know, if you're hauling general freight, Paccar might be the way to go. They're lighter. I'm getting wicked fuel mileage. I'm almost at 8 miles a gallon pulling a full load over the mountain pass, over the mountain now. We're coming around the lake now, and the port of entry is just up ahead, about 3 miles. This is always a fun drive when you're following the lake through to Huntington. Hopefully the port's not open, because today is President's Day, so it's a national holiday for banks and government workers. But I actually only have one pair of chains on me, so technically Oregon could fine me because I don't have enough chains, and I really don't want to go through that. So I really don't want to go buy chains either at that truck stop. So we'll be all right. We'll be all right. But yeah, just wanted to show you that the truck handles hills very well. Made it to the space age. Guys, I am falling in love with these stupid lights. I'm gonna turn them off so that I'm not the most annoying guy at the truck stop. But yeah, I love it. So far, good review. Whoa. That was loud. I don't know if you can see that from here or not. $3.10 a gallon. That's crazy. $3.10 a gallon. That's the cheapest I've seen fuel. Probably 4 years. Yeah, we're almost below $3 a gallon. So, just finished brushing my teeth and I'm gonna go to bed. I should have waited. I filled up at the Maverick in Brigham City. I should have waited. But once I go deliver, get reloaded, I'm gonna come back tomorrow and get fuel. Almost $3 a gallon. That's crazy. Purple Thunder. Even though I don't drink Mountain Dew that very often anymore, I always have to try the new flavors. I got a whole bunch of new flavors of energy drink I've never tried before. Strawberry Mangarita from Ghost, the new Mountain Dew, Fruit Punch, and Ring Pop Rise. So I'm not gonna drink all these today. This is just because I've never seen them before, so I'm gonna put them in my fridge. I'll maybe drink 1 or 2 of these today. But we have a problem. Not really a problem. It's not a big deal. That's why I keep prepared. My coolant's looking a little bit low. So maybe my sensor is not wrong after all. Oh, maybe when I'm going down the hills like I was thinking when it was shorting out, I actually had coolant, but it was starting to get low. It could also be cold, and the dealership did service the truck right before I picked it up. So with heavy duty trucks, when you drain the coolant, if they did a coolant drain, which I don't know that for sure, there's a little bit of pressure in there from running, but yesterday, but it's mostly diffused by now. So I got my coolant. We're gonna fill it up with some coolant. I had some extras in the truck, but lots of times these trucks, if you do a complete coolant flush, there's chambers in the engine that are drained. So you're gonna have to keep adding it for the first couple 100 miles after you do a coolant flush. And you should probably do a coolant flush, I believe, depending on the engine spec manufacturer, about every 100,000 miles or every 3 oil services, you do a coolant service as well. Drain the coolant, drain your transmission, your differentials. So, you know, I'm not too worried about this. It could be a bad sign about the engine, but more than likely it's just filling bubbles in the chamber. So I'm not too worried yet. But we have to keep watching it. If it keeps losing coolant over time, then I have a problem and it's leaking into the engine and burning coolant. But if it's just this once, it's not that big of a deal because they just barely serviced it. So we'll keep watching it. All right, I added a little bit more, so we're just above the minimum line there. Another thing to keep in mind with these tanks, you don't want to overfill it, because as the coolant gets warm and the engine's running, it expands. So you want to have a bubble, a pretty big bubble right here. You definitely don't want to be above the cold full line, which I feel like that should say max. But yeah, cold full, you want to have a bubble so it expands, because the way that the coolant works, it runs in chambers. So let me screw this on nice and tight. So there's multiple sections and it'll fill up and drain down and fill up and drain down just in the coolant reservoir, because you got several sections in this plastic container. Because the reservoir works where warm and cold liquid are constantly coming out of multiple hoses to cool different parts of the engine. So there needs to be, if it's overfilled when it's cold and then it expands, you're going to have leakage problems because it expands and ruins this is called the surge tank. That's what this is. That's the official name from the engine manufacturer, is the surge tank. So there needs to be room for coolant to come in and out and it be able to breathe itself. So anyways, we'll continue to watch it. If I continue leaking coolant, that could be a sign that my engine is actually bad, which is never a good thing. You know, that would mean that the engine has some leaking problems. I mean, even if it's running good, it still could be slowly eating coolant, and coolant is seeping through the seams inside the engine, which is not good. But we'll keep watching it. If it stays at a higher level for the next 10,000 miles, then I think we're good. But yeah, that's just because they serviced it more than likely, so we should be good. And even if the engine is bad, that's why I got a warranty, so that the warranty has to buy me a new engine or pay for a rebuild from the OEM manufacturer. So let's hit the road. We're going to Boardman, Oregon. This is one of the worst smelling places I've ever been, and oh my gosh. I'm at Lamb Wesson in shoot, where am I? Boardman, Oregon. Break that seal, the doors. So they make potato chips and French fries here is what I'm gathering, and I'm hauling salt. But yeah, this place is a mess. There's a huge pothole up there. I don't know if you can see or not. Anyways, you can kind of see there. I think that's a trailer full of French potatoes, or like potatoes that are peeled. Look at that pothole I drove through. I tried to stay on the edge and I went slow so I wouldn't tip over, but I've got a high rise, high airbag Wabash trailer, so I could hear my air tanks adjusting as I went over the... Anyways, this place is a muddy mess and it smells horrible. I'll talk about it in a second. Oh, that took forever. Let me get back in the truck so I can tell you about this horrible place. All right, I stopped my video because the forklift guy came out after me. I was worried he was gonna ask me to disconnect. There's a truck over there, and the guy started disconnecting his truck, and I was like, oh no, they don't make you disconnect your truck, do you? I don't want to. It's too muddy, it's stinky, and I hate this place. Just teasing. Yeah, I'm not sliding my axles. I'm not doing shit. This place is horrible. I've been to 4 guard shacks, and none of them knew where I was supposed to go. I went to the first one, it said visitors with deliveries. So I'm like, I'm here with a delivery, and she's like, we don't take big trucks here. And I'm like, okay, am I in the right place? And she's like, oh, go over to the other side of the building. And there was a bunch of like belt trailers hauling potatoes. And that was the wrong place. I went up to the front where reefer trailers are picking up frozen hash brown bags. That was the wrong place. He sent me back here to this muddy mess hole, so I'm like in the middle of the facility. There's like 5 big buildings here. Anyways, I back into this horrible muddy lot through that giant pothole. I wait in there. There's nobody there. I'm in the door. The guy finally comes. He just came out to put a chock under my wheel. He didn't make me slide my axles. Oh, there we go. He's unloading me. He didn't make me slide my axles, which is good because it's too muddy. I'm not doing that. I'm not dressed for this. I'm supposed to be a highway princess. I don't get muddy. Not in my new truck. I'll get muddy if you tell me to get muddy, but it's going to cost you more. Anyways, I'm not a complainer. I'm not a complainer. But I was like, holy cow. And it smells horrible here. I can't believe how bad it is. Like I've been to the sugar plants in Boise and Nampa, Idaho. I actually like the smell of that place. This place smells horrible. It smells like salty manure, which that kind of sounds like a ice cream flavor, but it doesn't smell good. It smells like horse shit with salt, and it's horrible. Ugh. It smells horrible here. But yeah, they make French fries and hash browns and potato chips. I think that's what they make here. So Lamb Weston, Boardman, Oregon. This place is horrible. Not a good place to bring my first delivery with the new truck. I'm gonna get it all muddy. I'm gonna have to go wash it off somewhere. But I am gonna be late getting home because I just got an email that my load home got delayed until tomorrow. So I'm probably just gonna go back to the space age and sleep. So all right, so glad that we are away from that Lamb and Weston place. That smelled horrible. Now we're going up, I don't remember what this road is, but it's like the southeast side of Kennewick. Instead of going up I82, you go this way around the river. I actually really like coming this way, even though it's a little bit out of the way. You're driving next to the, whatever this river is that divides Oregon and Washington. So I actually like to come this way, even though it's out of the way. There's a couple stinky factories up here, but anyways, this is always a fun way to go. I guess the Lamb and Weston place, now that I've been there, it won't be so bad to go back. I've gotten several loads there before for my other drivers, but I've never actually been there before. So anyways, we're empty right now. We got to go north of Kennewick to get our load home. And yeah. Beautiful drive. You drive along the rock face. If there has been a storm, this isn't the best way to go because the rocks slide off, and they've had this place closed several times, so I've had to sit and wait as they cleared the rocks off the road. And if you're going through a storm, it can get pretty ugly driving next to the river. There's gusts of wind, and the wind will get water on the road and freeze the road. So this isn't like, I'm probably going a little bit too fast. I'm going 63 right now. So it's not like this is the best place to go. But you know, if you go to Kennewick a lot, come up this way. It's a beautiful little drive, and right on the border of Oregon and Washington. I think we're gonna cross into Washington right here as the river goes up north. And then meets into the port of Kennewick. So yeah, it's a good place to go. What is this route? I'm trying to look for a sign that says what state route this is. I don't remember what it is, but it's like if you're going through Hermiston, you go right instead of left. Juniper Canyon weight limit emergencies. Nope. Shoot. All right. Well, if I see it, I'll snap it. Woof, woof, woof. Look at that cute dog. Defending the guy's truck. We're at the Shell just outside of Kennewick. I mean, this isn't like a place that I would go intentionally out of my way. Let's see, let me roll my window up. But I'm parked here at the Shell. There's a Tyson plant just down that way, so it kind of smells like a factory over here. But I stopped here one time because the roads are really bad, and I just stopped here to sleep. And they have really good halibut, so I'm gonna, on my way going up north to Moses Lake, I'm gonna stop here and get some halibut. That's good halibut. And I got some jalapeno poppers. I'm gonna go take a nap, and then I'm gonna figure out, I'm gonna book and do some invoicing in the trunk. So probably end the video here. We'll talk to you later, guys. Stay safe out there. I need to rant for a second. I've been booking loads, and I've got 2 trucks stranded in Albuquerque right now. Do not go to Albuquerque. Do not take the loads to Albuquerque. It's not worth it. There is nothing coming out of Albuquerque. In between today and tomorrow, there's like a total of 8 loads on the load board, and the best paying one's $1.50 a mile. So, anyways, if you're going to Albuquerque, you better be making $4 a mile, because you're going to deadhead to El Paso or Denver for your reload. That's just the way it is. Anyway, now the video's over, guys. I'm going to stop it here because it's too long. The new truck's going good. My load ended up canceling, so I'm really tired because I just woke up and they called me that my load was canceled. But I got another load picking up tomorrow morning, so we'll get home. Catch you on the next video, guys.